according to you, this is a control chart?
On proud display. Yes.
I was never the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm pretty sure they told me in school that this is a bar graph.
It's called grooming.
Excuse me?
Grooming. Catch them young. It is no accident that all you see when you look at this picture is a simple bar graph. Someone wants you to look at things that way.
Okay. Please explain how this works out to be a control chart.
I will begin by explaining what the term child in need means. A child in need is a child whose parents have so failed in the execution of their parental duty that the government has to assist or take over. The arm of government that is chiefly involved in this is called social services.
I'm with you.
Social services are there to assist parents and families in whatever way they can as and when the need arises. Under normal circumstances, the number of children in need is expected to be a steadily declining or a randomly fluctuating figure. The steadily declining expectation is because an effective service provider typically works themselves out of a job. The randomly fluctuating expectation is because parent failure is an accident of nature. You look puzzled. How about this? What would you think if one of your colleagues at work tells you, next Tuesday I will have problems getting my car started, which means I will leave home later than usual, get caught in traffic, and turn up for work some 2 hours later than usual?
I would think that my colleague has some business he needs to take care of next Tuesday, and he will be giving the boss an excuse to cover up the real reason why he turns up late for work that day.
Exactly. Your car not starting and you getting caught up in traffic is supposed to be a random event. One cannot predict when such a thing will happen, and it certainly cannot be happening regularly, like, say, every Tuesday. Your colleague could possibly get away with using his car yarn once or twice, but if he pulls the same stunt for 4 consecutive Tuesdays, some eyebrows will start getting raised.
My boss's eyebrows wouldn't wait that long.
And that's how it should be.
And yet this bar graph here is 8 years in a row, and no one's eyebrows are getting raised.
Grooming for you.
So you are saying that these child in need statistics are contrived?
Do they look random to you? Tell me that isn't a horizontal line. It's like someone saying, out of 10 throws of a standard die, I got the results 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6. Those were my results. A standard die? Yeah. It had 6 faces. Yeah. It actually had the numbers 1 to 4 on 4 of those 6 faces. Yeah. But the results you got were just 5s and 6s. Yeah. And they came in the pattern described. Yeah. If ever there was a picture of carnage, that graph there is it. In this case, it appears that one or more factors are working together to produce a contrived picture of children in need. Those figures are not random. Parents and carers are being criminalized in order to justify classifying their children as children in need.
Well, wait a minute. Who said anything about a criminal record?
Sorry, I may have missed a step in my explanation. Looking after a child is the parent's responsibility. The government only gets a shoe in if the parent has evidently failed. Parents in England are not failing at a high enough rate. So, in an innovative move known as employment creation, state agencies plant evidence of failure in order to justify the state's intervention. This means that the parent has to be convicted of child abuse to justify and legitimize the state stepping in to help.
What?
You'd better believe it.
This is like 8 years in a row. How can this kind of thing happen for so long? Surely someone would have raised the alarm.
Gagging. The targeted parents and carers could not speak up because they were gagged. It's called state capture.
So what's changed? Has the gag been removed?
No. Someone's put their body on the tracks.
That'd be you, I guess.
Yep.
My head is reeling. You mentioned state capture. Isn't that something that only happens in places like Africa? This is the developed world.
Developed in every sense. The developed world practices a developed form of state capture.
No.
Yes.
This is unbelievable. Why should I believe you?
I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to believe the evidence.
What evidence?
Statistical analysis of the figures presented in that so-called bar graph. The evidence is irrefutable. These sigma graphs are right tell. They don't lie. What this graph is saying is that England's child safeguarding system is as dysfunctional can be.
So, what do we do?
A public inquiry. We need to investigate how exactly public authorities in England have gone about servicing that control chart. There is no better evidence than the victimized parents and carers speaking for themselves. First of all, we need to remove that gag and call for the public to submit their evidence. The affected parents, carers, and families need to be provided with assurance that we genuinely seek to right the wrongs that are being brought to light by this evidence. Once the gag has been removed, parents, carers, and families can exercise their freedom to speak using whatever means or media they wish. But I think it would be helpful also for the government to provide a publicly accessible platform on which any willing can publicize their experiences. When the horrors visited upon children and their families in the name of safeguarding are uncovered, we will have no qualms about destroying the monster that we created. The captives need to be set free.
I understand you've written a book.
Yes, my book is entitled Not in Service, a perspective view on religion, philosophy, and governance. I write from a Christian perspective. The book is something of a memoir, but my life experiences are shared along the way as I try to present philosophical ideas around where we have gone wrong as a society and what I think we need to do in order to get ourselves back on track. It is a message of hope. Some of my views are polarizing, and most go against the grain of what is considered normal in today's society. My views regarding medical practice in particular may have some readers thinking me to be something of an extremist, but I write about what I see. As the book's title says, it is a perspective view. I'm just sharing my views in an effort to raise awareness. Agree or disagree, you need to hear me out, and you will not regret investing your time and money in the undertaking.
Sounds like I need to read your book.
You do indeed. I feel that the full version of the message I have to share is something that everyone needs to hear. There's more besides, by the way.
What do you mean, there's more?
The government is planning...
I don't think I can take any more today. Did you miss the part where I said my head was reeling?
It's a lot to take in. Let's talk another day. Thank you for your time. Observe the pretense of an emergency response. So pleased is the government with public authorities' performance in children's social care that they are giving them another weapon with which to attack citizens' freedom. A register of children not in school. If you're wondering what connects social care issues with education issues, it's Ofsted. Ofsted oversees local authorities' social care operations along with education provision. And to top it all up, it was England's Department for Education that was responsible for publishing the infamous bar graph in SFR 61/2017. Please champion and support calls for a public inquiry into the control chart and its associated action. Please also visit www.sufficientproductions.com and download a free copy of my ebook. This is England, and the year is 2019.